What if the key to your success isn't your talent, your intelligence, or your background, but something far more invisible, something silent, subtle, and yet shaping everything from how you learn, to how you love, to how you lead? That is the radical thesis at the heart of Mindset. The New Psychology of Success by Carol S. Dweck, a book that rewired how we think about achievement. Dweck argues that our beliefs about our abilities, our mindsets determine whether we rise to challenges or shrink back from them, and that with the right mindset, even the most ordinary individual can achieve extraordinary things. This central idea that growth comes not from talent, but from attitude echoes powerfully through other self-development classics like Atomic Habits by James Clear, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey, The Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker, and even Grit by Angela Duck. But Dweck's voice is distinct. She focuses not just on what we do, but on how we view ourselves when we try, fail, and try again. Let's begin by meeting the mind behind the message, the scholar behind the shift. Who is Carol Dweck? Carol S. Dweck is a distinguished psychologist and professor at Stanford University, renowned for her research in motivation, personality, and development. Her work explores how beliefs, particularly those about intelligence and ability, shape our behaviors, relationships, and long-term success. For decades, she has built a bridge between scientific research and everyday life, showing how mindset can affect parenting, teaching, coaching, and leadership. Dweck's work has influenced educators worldwide, shaping school curriculums from California to Tokyo. But beyond academia, her ideas have quietly infiltrated Silicon Valley boardrooms, Olympic training grounds, and classrooms around the world. 5 core ideas of mindset. 1. Fixed versus growth mindset. The 2 lenses of life. Imagine 2 people looking at the same mountain. One says, "I wasn't born to climb that," and walks away. The other says, "I don't know how yet, but I'll learn." The fixed mindset sees ability as carved in stone. Your IQ, your talents, your potential are fixed. In contrast, the growth mindset views ability as clay moldable, shapeable. One sees obstacles as proof of inadequacy. The other sees them as invitations to rise. 2. The power of yet, turning failure into fertilizer. Dweck introduces a magical word, yet. I can't solve this. Yet, I'm not good at public speaking. Yet, like compost turning into soil, failure in the growth mindset becomes fertilizer for future success. It is not about avoiding struggle, it's about embracing the discomfort zone as the training ground for transformation. 3. Praise that backfires. The poison of "you're so smart." Here is a paradox. Telling a child you are so smart can actually make them less willing to try. Why? Because now, their identity is at stake. Effort risks revealing that they're not actually smart. But praise the process, effort, strategy, persistence, and you build resilience. It's like watering the roots instead of painting the leaves. 4. Mindset in relationships. Love isn't static either in relationships. Fixed mindsets say, if we're soulmates, it should be easy. But growth mindsets ask, how do we grow together, especially through conflict? Dweck shows that mindsets affect how we deal with jealousy, trust, and change. Love isn't a constant, it's a craft. 5. Changing your mindset. Yes, it's possible. Mindsets are not destiny. You can rewire your beliefs through conscious practice. It's like learning a new language. You start clumsy, but with repetition, your inner dialogue shifts. The neural pathways of mindset, once thought fixed, are more like trails in a forest. You can forge new ones by walking them repeatedly. For criticisms of the book, let's be honest. 1. Oversimplification of complex traits. Critics argue that Dweck draws too sharp a line between fixed and growth, as if people fit neatly into one box. In reality, many of us have a mix of mindsets, depending on context: confident at work, insecure in love, or vice versa. 2. Misuse in schools. Well-meaning educators often take the message and apply it poorly, telling a student to just have a growth mindset without changing the environment. Feedback or teaching methods can lead to blame rather than support. 3. The mindset trap. Blaming the victim. Some argue that focusing on mindset risks ignoring structural barriers like poverty, trauma, or discrimination. Telling someone to think differently while ignoring their real obstacles can sound tone-deaf, even harmful. 4. Lack of practical tools. While the book explains what mindset is and why it matters. It's lighter on the how, the actual practices, scripts, and routines to shift mindset. Some readers want more structure, more step-by-step guidance. 3 actionable takeaways. Tools you can use today. 1. Reframe self-talk. Start noticing your inner voice. When it says, "I'm terrible at this," add "yet." When it says, "This is too hard," reframe it, "This is how I grow." Language rewires belief. 2. Praise effort, not identity. Whether you're a parent, manager, or friend, praise the work, not the person. You really focused hard on this. Builds confidence that can survive setbacks. 3. Create a failure resume. List your past failures and what they taught you. Revisit it often. It's not a list of losses, it's your personal training log. You'll see not just what went wrong, but how far you've come. When Worlds Collide, Mindset and 5 other books. 1. Atomic Habits by James Clear, where Dweck talks about beliefs, Clear talks about behaviors, but both agree identity is at the center. Clear says, every action is a vote for the type of person you want to become. Dweck says, your mindset is the soil in which identity grows. Hidden lesson. You can prime your mindset with habit scaffolding. 2. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Hill said, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Sounds like growth mindset, doesn't it? But Dweck adds scientific grounding to Hill's ideas. Hidden lesson. Positive belief needs to be paired with effort, not just affirmation. 3. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. Covey speaks of paradigms, the way we see the world. Dweck goes deeper, the way we see ourselves. Habit 1 is be proactive, a pure growth mindset principle. Hidden lesson. Proactivity starts in the stories we tell ourselves. 4. Grit by Angela Duckworth. Dweck would say, from a belief that effort matters. Hidden lesson. Grit is mindset in motion. 5. The Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. Eker says, your inner world creates your outer world. Dweck's research explains how a fixed mindset believes money isn't for people like me. A growth mindset asks, how can I learn the skills to create wealth? Hidden lesson. Your financial ceiling is often a mindset war, a challenge to your core. Let's bring it home. Whether you're building a business, learning a skill, raising a child, or just trying to be better, your mindset is the lens through which you see the world. But the beauty of a lens, you can change it. So, here's my question to you. What's one belief you've been holding that might be a fixed mindset in disguise? And what could happen if you rewrote that belief just slightly into something? Drop your answer in the comments. Because awareness is the first step to change. And the next step, that's yours.